What's going on, everyone? Joe and Mike back again, buildassetsonline.com. Mike is banging his microphone all over his desk, so hope you guys enjoy that. In other news,
Wake up.
welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be covering the top 5 worst high-ticket dropshipping products that you could possibly pick if you are getting into high-ticket dropshipping. And Mike, I hear a little bit of an echo. What's going on with that? You know, you're never
Echo? I do things the same every time,
Okay, well,
and here we are.
maybe the live chat let us know if there's an echo. Nope, there's another bang.
Don't worry about. Don't worry about that.
There's another one.
Hold on. Let me just confirm my
Yeah.
microphone settings.
Mikey Audio in the house. That's the new nickname.
Mikey Audio. Yeah. No, I don't see any issues. So people can let us know if there's echo. If there's no echo. But Joe, you know, people like to say the acronym GOAT a lot,
Yeah.
right? But I think an often overlooked
The
counter to the GOAT is the WOAT.
I agree.
So today we're going to be talking about the WOATs.
In order to get
of
to
dropshipping.
in order to get to the goats, you got to go through some of the woats, and we've been there.
Yeah.
We've done we've seen it all. What
We
else?
have seen it all.
What else is there to say?
I don't know. Hopefully, people will have some disagreements with us, but probably not, because if someone is selling these products successfully, then I don't think they're going to chime in and have much to say. They'll probably be happy that we're poo-pooing on some of these products. So
Yeah, and I think with
You know.
with these, I mean, me and you maybe will have some disagreements on some of them, but I feel like this list is a culmination of stuff that we've seen people talk about, people want to go after, but we just haven't seen too much success with it.
agreed. And yeah, it's not to say that you can't do it. So, I know we talk a lot, Joe, about this type of thing, and how any niche is really viable. And so we'll get into this. Just because we talk bad about a particular product doesn't mean that a whole niche is not viable. So we'll get into that, how to distinguish between the two. And yeah, maybe we'll have some disagreements. Maybe we'll pull up a Day King again. You never know.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, let's
get started.
let's go.
Aaron says it sounds fine, so I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, if he says it, I guess we're good.
I'm about to start banging on things. Let's go.
All right. Let's go to the videotape. So the first one we have here, and I think this one will be agreed across the board, is baby products. I searched for baby crib. This stuff came up. A $79 crib from IKEA, $119 crib from Walmart, $231 price crib from Wayfair. I feel that baby products are simply just not expensive enough, and that includes cribs, strollers, dressers, whatever you want to talk about. It's just not.
Joe, are you showing anything on the stream
Yes.
about this? Okay. I just
It'll,
see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, my concern with baby products is not the price point, because I do think that high price points are somewhere to be found for these. I mean, there must be, right? Like,
I don't know.
People will not, bargain down when it comes to their baby. So there must be some sort of premium products that exist. My concern is kind of along the same line of thinking, though, in that there are a lot of more trust issues to jump through, a lot more standards to go through, and I don't think you want to be, on the receiving end of selling, say, a crib. It comes damaged or it's screwed up. Now you got an issue talking to this mother. The baby has an issue because of this product you sent, I think it's a customer service nightmare willing to happen.
Yeah. Actually, the other thing with these types of products is, believe it or not, so I was just doing a little bit more research here on the side here. So I searched for Nuna stroller, which is like a pretty expensive stroller. It's a decent price point, but it's not like the cheapest. It's not like I'm seeing some other strollers for like $7,000. The Nunas are like, maybe 600 to 800 or something like that. Some of the bundles with you have the stroller and the car seat. Let me actually pull this up on screen, because there is actually some stuff I want to talk about here, and I do want to talk about, if you do want to do this niche. I think we could talk about how you could do it. So I want to spend a little bit of time on this one, if that's all right. Hold on a sec.
I got nothing else to do.
Let me just paste this. Okay. So like, I typed in Nuna stroller here. You can see there's this one that is 770 from Dior.com, which is not a Nuna stroller, but it's a stroller that comes with a bassinet, and I guess it's probably got like multiple hookups. But some of the Nuna strollers are $800, and then there's like a Nuna bundle here from Strolleria, which is $1,300. But I think you could sell this stuff, but I don't think it's easy necessarily to get in with these suppliers. Like you said, I don't think it's only the trust issues between the parents and the buyers, but also a trust issue between the suppliers and you, if you're first getting started. Because if we just go to this, let me just Google stroll. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up in another screen here, and then I can paste it over. So this brand, Strolleria, I know when I was looking for a stroller, they were actually like a really big, like they have a lot of tutorials on their YouTube channel. And let me just pull up their YouTube channel real quick, and then I'll come back to this.
Well, yeah, that was going to be my other point, Joe, is, yeah, you got to think that a supplier is aware of the way that this market works, and they're going to be even more defensive over who they let in to sell their products. Because, I mean, who knows how much of this industry is word of mouth, right? So the customer experience here for these types of products is everything. So they can't let, some schmuck come in and fulfill an order poorly or provide a bad experience, and now that can really have an effect on their grip on the market.
Yeah, and so what I was trying to show with this channel is like these. I'll open up one of their videos real quick. These strollers are actually pretty complicated. Like, it's not that obvious like how to use them. They have like all different like things. They fold in different ways, and so if you want to execute, if you ever want to execute this niche correctly, I think you need to have the level of resources that a channel like Strolleria has, a company like Strolleria. And they've obviously been in the stroller game for a long time. You could see on the video, if you're able to watch, this woman, she's showing a jogger stroller now. She's like adjusting all sorts of things. She's showing the flaps, and then I feel like this is the type of demonstration that you have to come strong with if you want to be successful in this industry. Because again, like you said, Mike, parents are going to be doing a lot of heavy research when they buy this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think this is really the only product we have here that I would say just avoid this entire industry, avoid this entire niche. Usually it's like, okay, if you're going to sell cribs, maybe just avoid this supplier because this supplier sucks, has too many competitors, but there's other suppliers. Mm-hmm. Or maybe avoid cribs because there's too much risk of damage, and so you'd avoid a particular product type. But with the baby industry as a whole, I would say just don't even bother with it, because it's just, there's so many other things you could do that will be easier, less of a headache, less of a risk of a headache. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fish in the sea. There's a lot of niches in the sea. So just Let's keep fishing, right?
But I do want to say this. I want to say, like we say with everything, if this is something you're passionate about for some reason, you can do it, but it's not going to be easy.
Well,
And this is the level you're going to have to execute on. And well,
if you're that passionate about it, I think the way that you would have to execute this would be to go the info route first, the content route.
yeah,
So if you can create some sort of yeah, like a blog site that is generating traffic, it's generating authority, then that's really the only way you'll be able to get in with these brands is to show them, hey, I've been, I'm already kind of well established in the niche, and yeah, just from there, that's probably
or I would
the
say,
only way to get
or
in.
I would say you need to have a brick and mortar location for this, and then
Yeah,
you get into it that way. But I think, well, I know that the strategies that we teach and the strategies that we use will work for this industry. I think it would work extremely, extremely well. Just because of all the brands out there, people are comparing the different brands. They're comparing the Nuna versus the Nuna Pippa RX and all that kind of stuff. So our
I'm
strategies,
talking about like our SEO strategies.
our SEO strategies, our ad strategies are actually perfect for this industry. It's just that the industry itself can be complicated unless you're doing all the things that we're talking about.
Yeah, and so I mean, there's really no harm to having a content site for this because the worst thing that happens is that it works, you can't get in with the suppliers, and so you're just you're doing affiliate, you're doing ads, whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's so much that you can like sell to this type of demographic that it's something that if you crack into it, it could be one of the goats. But
Yeah.
for the majority of people, it's a woe.
One other thing I want to add before we move on. I feel, did I say this already? A content site, but I feel a YouTube channel would also serve you very well in this industry
Yes.
if you can do demonstrations. So
Yeah, if
if
you
we're
really want to go hard.
just like last week, how we looked at what it takes to execute in a niche, we looked at Bidet King, we looked at BBQ Boys. This is what you. This would be in line with what you need to do. Strolleria. Check that out if you want to see high level execution. So I think that's always good to point out.
Yeah, and Joe, do you remember when we went to that conference in San Diego? Some guy, it was an e-commerce conference, and this guy gave a presentation on how he used like those baby carriers from AliExpress
Mm-hmm.
to generate an email list.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was a pretty interesting concept. But basically, he was like, I decided to do this because I know that, if I just sell these products at cost, then I have a whole list of this particular type of demographic, and there's so many things I can monetize this audience with in the future. So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the type of approach you have to have for this niche.
Yeah, and that's actually an excellent point. And as you were saying that, I was thinking about this. If you have an email list like that, you're getting them on the list when they're buying the carriers. But then the kid's gonna be 1, the kid's gonna be 2. This could be something that you got for years and years and years to come. So, yeah, I didn't even think about he did say that, but I wasn't thinking about the full scope of what it could mean with all the years down the line as the kid grows or whatever.
Means a lot. All right, let's move on.
All right, next thing we got desks. Now, we've sold some desks before, haven't we, Mike?
We have
And so why would we put
so many.
this on this list when we've sold desks? We've been very, pretty successful selling desks actually. Why is this on the list? I don't get it. You suggested it.
So I would say, as a whole, it's one of the most competitive industries you could be in. As I'm watching you eat these strawberries and spit them out. It's one of the most competitive industries you could be in. On top of that, there's so many suppliers that exist, but I feel like the product quality you're going to run into is going to be not good. and so you're going to have a lot of potential damage issues that could occur. So it's the two factors of heavy competition and something that you're selling that's typically like all wood and large, that's going to result in headaches. Not to say that you can't make money in this industry, you can, but I think it is one of the hardest industries to break into and to be successful with.
And let me ask you this, Mike. Did you feel when we were selling desks that it got more competitive over the life cycle of when we were doing it? Or was it like always the same?
It was always competitive, and maybe it got a little bit more competitive, but there was not a it wasn't like we got into it and it was, underground or something. It was it was always bad relative to other things that we could have done. And so that's something we didn't realize until we started making other stores. So it was, we were futzing around with these ads, trying to figure out what was going wrong. And meanwhile, it's because, the clicks were so expensive. There was a lot of hoops to jump through. And yeah, we saw that, after making a couple more stores, like how easy it can be.
Yeah, I remember I said we made one of our stores down the line after this one. I was like, wow, this is what a drop shipping store should be.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, not that it didn't work out, but that's because we had to go down into a specific type of desk.
Absolutely. All right. Moving on. These strawberries are so cold.
Are they frozen?
Yeah.
It's a bad decision.
Well,
is this a mukbang?
It could be. At my old job, they would say, when I was a food scientist, in quotes, the marketing department always said that the freezer was nature's pause button.
Okay.
So these were picked
right.
these were picked at the peak of freshness and then frozen.
And now they're defrosted and soggy.
No, it's like a ice pop. It's one of my favorite snacks. But anyway,
I just don't catch a brain freeze on camera.
Yeah, you don't like cold things, right? You're like a no ice guy. Like you don't even drink stuff with
I
ice.
hate ice.
Get out of here.
I hate ice. Put ice makers is one of the worst products you can make. Worst products you could sell.
That is a pretty bad one, isn't it? We should have added that one.
Well, it's all right.
All right, so we got safes. Now, this is one where I feel it really depends on the type of safe you're selling. But why don't you? You're the one that added this one. What's your problem with safes?
Too industrialized and too heavy. So by too industrialized, I mean it's one of those products where it's like a really old industry, and so it's stuck in this particular way of being that the majority of sellers are getting these products in. They're doing like a larger volume type of situation. A lot of them don't have MAP, so you what you have is bad margins at the end of the day, and then you have to couple that with how much it's going to cost to ship a really expensive metal box.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the quality of the safe, if it gets a dent in it or something, then you have to worry about shipping it back.
Now, what about some of these really expensive gun safes? Like there's some for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Well, this is I'd say less bad, less woke than say the baby industry, say a baby crib, or say a desk, because you can find suppliers, I'm sure they exist, that are more futuristic with their structure, meaning they allow for drop shippers, they have good margins, maybe they have shipping built into the particular map so that their resellers will make money. And so if you can find that, and they have good not a lot of competition, then yeah, you could do really, really well. But the product type as a whole is one of those things that are, like I said, too industrial and really expensive to ship. So when you combine those two, it's a recipe for a headache.
All right. As I finish this strawberry, that's the last one. Damn it. One of the things that I always wanted to try was panic rooms. We never
Yes.
actually tried it, but I always thought that was an interesting thing because let me look at this actually. Let me pull this up. Panic room.
And again, it's not to say that you can't sell safes. We've sold them in the past, but I just don't think it was the most fruitful thing you could be doing.
Yeah. Well, I want to find a panic room safe because I feel like these always were very interesting to me. All right, let me find. Let me pull this up. Here. So we have this. Like you see this burglar and fire resistant in swing vault door for like $6,000. That always was interesting to me because I mean certainly you have super wealthy people have that kind of stuff probably in their house. You know, they want to buy a vault door like this. So I feel like that could be something interesting to look into to explore the that industry a little bit more.
Sure.
All right, moving on. Mattresses. Mattresses are bad. Like I feel like mattresses out of this whole list, mattresses are probably the worst offender, and for so many reasons. First of all, I feel like most mattress companies do their own marketing, unless it's like sold. It's either a mattress company does their own marketing and selling most of the time, or it's sold through like a retailer like Bob's who does the marketing for them. But actually now Bob's has their own like Bobopedic, super sleeper or something like that. Or like
Yeah.
I.
On that note, though, I'm looking on Wayfair
Mm-hmm.
because I figured you have like all those new age mattresses like the Casper and the Sattva, all the ones that sponsor podcasts and YouTube videos and stuff. So Wayfair would have kind of the more generic types that may have some type of volume and you could get into them. But Wayfair now also has the Wayfair Sleep trademarked brand. So yeah, I want to see if I could find one here. Wayfair also like low key owns a lot of stuff that's on
The
Wayfair now.
mattress industry is too ridiculous to get into. So like we bought one of those online ones for like a while back. I don't know remember which one it was. It might have been like the Casper or something. I
Yeah,
can't remember, but anyway,
it was. I remember the story.
we ended up hating it, and so they have like a 60-day like sleep trial or whatever. So we called them and we're like, we don't like this mattress. Like, can we get our money back? How do we ship it back? And basically, they don't take the mattresses back. They just say, oh, get rid of it, and we give you your money back, or they have someone come pick it up or something. So I remember what happened was someone came to pick it up, and we were just like, all right, well, we don't like this, but maybe if like, I think they just left it at the house. They never even picked it up. Like
Yeah,
it's just this whole. There's such big margins on mattresses, and they're marked up so ridiculously, and you could tell because
yeah,
mattresses are all about marketing. Like that's all it
yeah,
is. And so the industry is just that's it's just a situation where you have these companies with huge marketing budgets, huge margins on their products, giving ridiculous guarantees. I don't know. I don't fully understand it, but it's something like that.
yeah. I don't know how they do it. Cause I mean, I don't know.
It's just. I
I
mean,
don't
what
know.
is it? It's just foam, like some springs. Like what is a mattress? It's got to be really cheap
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it's scale. Some of these mattresses are thousands of dollars, but they can't cost more than a couple $100 to make.
Yeah.
So, and it's something that, yeah, everyone has it in one or multiple rooms of their house. So, yeah, you got to think about the audience size of this particular industry, and so yeah, you have to really make things as easy as possible because yeah, you want customers to come back, you want people to recommend you, and so this is a heavy word of mouth industry. It's a heavy influencer industry now, and so yeah, you got to do a lot of weird things here that you wouldn't normally do. But
It's almost like cars in the sense where the advertise like everyone's not everyone, but a lot of people are gonna get a car at some point. So there's
yeah,
advertisements for cars everywhere. And I feel like mattresses are like the same way because it's one of those things that everyone has. The advertising for it is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. So don't do mattresses.
what Joe, I am browsing around trying to find a drop shipping mattress store, and I'm not finding anything. So, but and on top of that, I cannot. Everything I'm searching, Purple, Nectar, Raymore and Flanagan, Serta, they come up every single time in the shopping results. So I cannot even imagine the budgets that are going into um, these types of searches in these industries. So I don't know.
And you would
I don't know
imagine
what to say.
like once someone buys a mattress, like there's not really I'm trying to think what if just for the education of our listeners, when companies are usually spending this much in advertising, they're usually doing it at cost or losing money to sell people on the back end. Like the example we give is like staples.com selling like pencils or something and they'll like there's no way they're profitably advertising for pencils because pencils are so cheap, but they're doing it to get the email subscribers so they can sell to them later. But with mattresses, I'm trying to think like what else are they selling people down the line that makes it worth it to advertise this heavy like
I guess just more mattresses because if you have a really good mattress, then yeah, people have one or multiple in their house, and so whenever they need more, then I don't know. But I think it's mostly about the word of mouth type thing as well. So
okay.
you want to be everywhere. You want to be a name brand. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we started talking about mattresses automatically. We went to Casper, um, Satvo, like all these ones with heavy marketing. And so you think, oh, I need a mattress, which is going to happen to everyone at some point in their life. Like it's the buyer funnel, Joe. Right? Like there, people should already be aware of your brand, and that way it'll probably lead to sales down the line.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
like Coke. Like they're not producing ROI on like an advertising campaign. It's just about mass impressions and just it's a mass psychological operation, Joe.
Yeah. That one I don't really understand that one. Like with the Coke or like I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to like associate their brand with like oh, life is great or like I'm an NBA star and I love Sprite. But like I don't understand how that makes you want a Sprite or like want a Coke. Like when you're sitting in like a restaurant or something, like you know what, like LeBron James was drinking that Sprite, I'm gonna have a Sprite.
It's not. I think it's way more primal than that. You're thinking about it, frontal lobe type thing.
Yeah, but do you think that
It's bypassing the frontal lobe. It's right in the reptilian center of the brain. You have a Coke. Think about the dopamine hit from that sugar or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Right? They're hitting you at all cylinders. You got the sugar rush. You got in your head psychologically. LeBron's drinking the Coke. You got the status.
yeah,
It's all everywhere you see. You see the Coke symbol.
yeah,
So it's just and this is why we're talking about it. We're not talking about a different brand. We could talk about Pepsi, but there's really only two. Someone has to go for it at that level,
yeah. So you think
right? Restaurants they want to stock Coke, right? It's like a beverage industry thing, not just or grocery, not just a direct to consumer.
yeah. So you think they're just implanting LeBron like right back into my lizard brain, basically, along with all the other
They're
stuff.
implanting status.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
totally forgot what we were doing there. But before we move on, I want to say, don't sell mattresses, but there's plenty of other things that are accessory to mattresses that you could sell, like maybe bed frames, maybe nightstands, maybe mirrors for the bedroom vanities.
Maybe rugs
Right?
under the mattresses.
Rugs. Yeah.
Ceiling fans, perhaps.
So the list goes on and on there, but yeah, just avoid that one particular
Have
product.
you
So the
have you
industry itself is good.
have you seen the ceiling fan in my room? Let me. I want to look something up. Have you seen the ceiling fan in my room?
No,
Oh man,
maybe.
it's like so small, but it makes like such a. It creates a lot of wind. It's crazy. So there's a lot of interesting ceiling fans out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
my room doesn't have a ceiling fan because I live in a basement. But no,
yeah.
actually, I don't know. For some reason, my
Well, you're still in mom's basement, right?
yeah, exactly. So, but for some reason, my bedroom is like there's no fan. I got to put a fan in. So
Yeah,
maybe I'll wind up on a dropshipping store
yeah.
buying a fan.
They're good, but you wake up with a little bit of a dry throat sometimes, I find.
Well, I got the humidifier too. I got the Dyson humidifier.
That's what's up. I need one. I'm trying to convince the wife to get a humidifier, but she's not about it right now. I'm about to just buy one with myself. Make an
Yeah.
executive decision. Maybe we'll do it on this show. Uh,
Okay.
all right. Entertaining
Moving
drops.
on. How many? Okay, so we did. Sorry. So we did baby stuff as a whole. Don't do it. We did desks.
Yep.
It's just hard to get into. You could do it, but it's gonna suck.
Yep.
We did safes. You could do it, but it might suck. You might make no money.
Yep.
Mattresses.
Don't do
Just
it.
don't do it. You could do other things in the industry. And so we got one more.
I think mattresses could be good for like I feel like the affiliate mattress space. If you make a YouTube channel and actually order the mattresses, that could be a route.
Well,
I think.
Joe, I have to say, when I search these mattresses, like I said, Purple, Nectar, all these brands are in the shopping ads, but what's in the text ads is all affiliate.
Oh, what is it like those sites like Chicago?
Mattressverdict.com, consumermattressguide.com.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't doubt that. Yeah, it's a heavy affiliate industry also, like top five
Yeah.
mattresses.com.
Yeah, Joe, actually, I think like on I think I was looking on like Skimlinks or something a while back, and you see these offers for mattresses, like the percentages that they're giving out, and it's pretty off the chain.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we
Could be a route you could go down.
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested to. Maybe we should. I would be interested to do a case study to just see like if you. I've always been interested in affiliate niches that you could advertise for profitably. We've never really broken into that. We've talked about it, but we've never actually taken it to its full potential. People do it. I mean, I almost feel like I would have to take a course on it. Like I feel like I have a framework of how to do it, but there's a lot of details. But it is something that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. This last one we have fireplaces. I feel like a lot of people go for fireplaces as one of their go-tos. And I think it's one of those ones that it's okay if if you go for the right one. So you don't want to go for one of these $269 gas fireplaces from Home Depot. But I am seeing some of these interesting like wood burning ones. I didn't even know these existed. Like it comes with like a chute, I guess. I don't know exactly how it installs, but there's some interesting wood burning fireplaces. And maybe it comes with a chimney. I don't know exactly how it works, but I would stay away from like the generic gas, the generic or not the gas, like the generic electric fireplace. I think those are everywhere.
I think this would include fire pits as well.
Yeah, yeah, it could
'Cause I
include
think
fire pits.
fire pits and fireplaces are some of the most common things people try to do. And so this fifth one is kind of a caveat, however you say it, because on one hand, it's like the other ones that we showed, the majority of people don't try to drop ship. This one, people like everyone tries to drop ship. And so honestly, you know what, on top of this, Joe, I would say trampolines would be the other one that's like the most common thing people try and drop ship. That's like you search it, and every single site is a drop shipper.
Hmm.
So it's similar with this. So it's not that you can't do it, but I think someone would really need to be implementing our niche rabbit hole strategies to find ones that not a lot of people are selling, have good price points, have low competition, but just as a generic whole, it's something that everyone tries to do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the list. There you have it. 37 minutes in. All right. Take it easy. No. Well, I guess to wrap things up, go to buildassetsonline.com/playbook. Take the free web class. This is actually probably going away pretty soon. So, if it's something you're interested in, then I would check it out now, because the prices that you're going to get on today's web class on all of our stuff is most likely going to be increasing. So I'm not going to go into a whole spiel, but that's what the situation is.
Once Joe gets a price increase into his head, he can't be stopped. Yeah, let's go to some of the chats. Dan Z said boom bow. Dan M said legends in the room. Aaron, sounds fine. Golden Peak TR said crossing my fingers, I'm not selling any of these. Jamal said I know, right? Aaron said my girlfriend started a baby store and realized the same problem. LOL, low product price. The good brands are too difficult to get into. Exactly. So it's not that you can't make sales. I've seen people make sales in the baby niche, but it just is I don't know. Why bother?
I think it's a good industry if you can break into it, but there's a lot of barriers to break into it. And so be prepared to have a brick and mortar location or a faux brick and mortar location. Be prepared to order inventory, be prepared to make videos, and then maybe you could drop ship. But there's a lot of hoops to jump through. But I think we showed you on this stream how you could get into that industry if you wanted to. It's not impossible, and it could be good, but for a beginner, I would stay away from it.
Yeah. Dan Z said, I know on Amazon you have to jump through hoops just to be able to sell baby products.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that I don't like to order like consumables from Amazon. As a matter of fact, like I really don't do it ever. I think I ordered some like vanilla beans from there the other day, but like I couldn't really find them anywhere else. But yeah, I hate ordering consumables from Amazon, but when I was selling on Amazon in FBA, like doing retail arbitrage, it was like a free for all. You could sell whatever. There was very few product gating. I would sell stuff in baby like from like the clearance section. Like it was crazy.
Weren't there? I thought there was some restricted stuff back in the day. Because I remember us talking about it. Like you had access to a bunch of different gated categories.
Well, when I started, like the only restricted thing I couldn't really sell was like shoes or clothing. But now it's like you get restricted into like you can't sell grocery, you can't sell baby. They're like now it's way more restricted.
Mm. But are you grandfathered in?
I don't know. I haven't looked at my account in years. Probably.
Let's fire it up.
Maybe one day.
Let's do an arbitrage blog.
No, I do want to do. I do miss the FBA feel, like not the feeling, but like I guess for some reason, like when I refresh our Shopify thing, it's not the same as when I was refreshing the FBA thing. Even though the Shopify number is way bigger, for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same like Kindle.
No.
No. It's like refreshing all day.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know. It's because you're not doing anything. What the sale is done, and you're paid.
Yeah.
Like it's money coming. It's just yeah. No, nothing else you got to do. You just keep refreshing and you just watch the money pile up.
Yeah, obviously it comes with its own set of very big risks with Amazon, but not there was also some fun to it.
Yeah, it is. It's very addicting.
But now I do that with the ClickBank thing, which is cool.
Oh, nice. Nice. I don't have anything I can refresh all day. Yeah, Golden said he almost tried safes. He said, I think usually specialty mattresses, not regular ones. Yeah, with the specialty mattresses, those are the people that are doing a lot of B2C. Sorry, not B2C, D2C, direct to consumer, like Purple, Nectar, Sattva. So the other ones are usually kind of cheaper, and you have stores like Bob's. Well, Bob's Discount Furniture, Joe. I don't know if people know that. Bob's Discount Furniture is like a New York type thing. But you have all these discount stores that sell mattresses, Wayfair, etc. But it's just going to be hyper competitive and shitty. Aoki, sorry if I mispronounce your name. Aoki said, I'm convinced that most high ticket niches are fine if they're not too saturated. Well, yes, of course. Every high ticket niche is fine if it's not saturated, but I would say I would stop your sentence before the if. I'm convinced that most high ticket niches are fine because you have different suppliers. Like you can make anything work. You know, when we were selling desks, even though we have it here as a WOT, we made it work. We sold the store. We made money off. You know, we made a nice chunk of change on it. But yeah, it just wasn't the best, and it was you know, a lot more hard work. Golden said to Aoki, I think you're right. I'm, however, finding that I'm having to branch out a bit and include different types of products. And so this is just a key point of what we teach is, yeah, don't do just, you know, onlydesks.com. You got to, if you're selling desks, I mean, there's other things you could be adding to that type of site that would make sense. You know, executive chairs, expensive pens, right? Like filing cabinets. I don't know. The list goes on and on and on. So, yeah, that's a very important point and something that we shout from the rooftops every video in our course, etc. And hopefully people get the message. Said bed frames are good. I thought about getting into bed frames. Sell the thing that complements the thing. Daniel said, what software do you guys use to update inventory consistently?
We don't.
I'd say the best software is a human being. Or SKU Grid if you really want to do it. But these days, so many suppliers each have different forms of updating inventory, and I don't know. SKU Grid is the answer, but I don't think it's something that people have to worry about too much unless it's like a really, really large brand with like thousands of products, and they're like giving you new inventory consistently, at least weekly. Otherwise, you're gonna screw yourself over because you're not gonna be able to keep up with it, or it's gonna take up too much time for what it's worth. JC said, I'm not enrolled in your course, but can you give me the best tip to find low competition suppliers that allow dropshipping? What do you have to say, Joe?
I feel like we have a bunch of example videos on YouTube. Look at the description of this video. We definitely have a bunch of videos where we cover different products. We give our opinions on them. So that's the best place I would start. And it's not always about finding the lowest competition. I mean, so how do you find low competition suppliers? You have to contact them. That's the only way you're going to find them. But
yeah,
I feel like if you
watch, how do you know if they allow dropshipping? You have to contact them.
Yeah, but I feel like if you watch some of our other videos on products, maybe that could give you some good places to start. I think there's a bunch of them in this description.
You know, Joe, I missed the phone book.
Yeah, I miss
They
a
come out
lot.
with a dropship phone book.
Don't people sell that? The dropship directories and things like that?
Yeah, but like a literal one, like a huge one.
Yeah, maybe we should include that as part of our package. We send out like a big phone book.
That'd be like the real. I don't know. It's like a course you'd buy in like the '90s or something.
Yeah. DVD, like the DVD package. That must have been cool. I gotta say, that experience must have been something else. Like when you order like the DVDs and it comes in a thing, and you gotta push it into
Yeah.
the DVD player.
I mean, yeah, Land Academy was doing that in like 2015.
Oh yeah,
They gave you the DVDs, like a binder of all the course materials, like written out. But you know, they're boomers, so
yeah, that's pretty
I don't
cool.
know why they're doing it in 2015. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, Joe.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
I got no more talking, as they say.
Yeah. All right. Well,
How were the strawberries?
good. Very refreshing. One of my favorite snacks. It's frozen strawberries.
Nice,
That's why I always
nice.
say I
Well,
want to start a strawberry farm.
start it.
I want to.
Start
What
it.
do you
You
need?
know, Joe, New Jersey is you know that's where like Ocean Spray is.
The cranberries?
Yeah,
No, I didn't know that.
like deep South Jersey. I was driving through there like a couple months ago, and
Yeah.
it's like you find yourself in all these like cranberry fields, but it's all water. It's like it is how like the commercials are.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting.
It's pretty cool actually. So there's certainly other berries being grown. You
Yeah.
know, blueberries. Hamilton, New Jersey, I believe, is the capital of blueberries of the world.
Really?
So you're in the right area.
Just need a couple bushes and a dream.
Yes, sir. Well, on that note, let's wrap it up before our views tank. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of the top 5 votes of high ticket dropshipping. And yeah, if you want more information, more knowledge, you go to buildassetsonline.com/playbook. That's our free web class. It's being taken down soon. And when it goes back up, the price is going up. So that's what Joe says. So thank you guys. Buildassetsonline.com/playbook. And as always, take it easy.